Hello guys, welcome back to another DBD video. As you didn't know recently, the Black Banquet event has just been released. I have played 5 to 6 games now, and this is gonna be a full review on my opinion about how I feel about this event. And as you probably see from the title, I'm pretty disappointed in it. I'm honestly really disappointed, but I'm not really surprised. I had it in the back of my mind, but when I went upstairs, it was my mum's birthday day, so I was spending time with my mother. So I was like, I didn't really get a chance to fully play today. So I'm playing right now. It's a little bit late, but I'm going to be playing. I played a little bit right now. I played a couple of games just to kind of a survivor, not a killer, not yet at least, just to kind of see how good this is. Okay, just to kind of give me a little taste of what this is going to be like. And I'm going to be honest, I'm very disappointed. And it's not for the reasons like everyone else is talking about. That is one of the reasons, but it's only a small one. One is mostly like the whole game mode itself. The very game itself, the whole purpose of the game. I'll explain more of my opinion when we get to it. But right now, we're going to get right into the video, and we're going to talk about my first opinion and what I don't like about this. And this is coming from someone that has been playing this game as a survivor. So when I first got on this game, I immediately bought myself a survivor because, you know, I did, because they dropped down in price, and I was like, hey, I had a bunch of iridescent shards to get her, and it's, what's her name? I bought V. Because I was like, I want to get her a funny little thingy at me where she rattles her instrument, so I can get her for, like, my characters I play. So I got her, and then I said, okay, to play the Banquet. First game on, I got my ass beat as survivor. It was my first time playing it. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But honestly, as soon as I got in and I saw that he was doing generators, I immediately judged it. I was like, okay, so it's just normal DBD, but we're eating food. That is literally all it is. Normal DBD, perks, and everything like that. The only twist is, in the match, there's little tables around, and you can just get food for survivors, and then you can put them to food together once you collect more, or you can eat it, and it turns it into a certain ability. I don't know a lot about it yet. I'm still working out the details, but it gives you abilities like Sprint Burst, which you already have because you can activate perks in the mode. It gives you a borrowed time, or it protects you when you get like a glowy thing around you, like a white thing. So when the killer hits you, you can take the hit. It just feels really, really, really survivor-sided. There's more as well you can get with it, I've seen. But having the ability to bring meta perks and toxic perks enough as it is, and then bring other things, it makes us feel very, very, very survivor-sided. I think so killers, because I don't know much about killers yet, but I think killers have the ability to poison you and poison food. So they could put poison in food that you eat to poison you. But it seems like the abilities, basically they can shoot poison, kind of like the Unknown, where he poisons you kind of thing, and it slows you down. So it gives you it slows you down it slows your haste down. So it's like only a certain amount of time, so the killers can catch up, which also feels very broken because of how long it takes for it to slow down. I would have preferred it if it was like the clown, where it slows you down for a little bit but doesn't affect you too much. Because because that effect kind of lasts like the expose effect does sometimes, and I feel like it's really long. And if you're in a dead zone or you're trying to get to another pallet and that slows you down, it feels like an easy just free hit for the killer, which kind of feels a bit unbalanced and broken. It's not killer-sided by all means. You thought the game was killer-sided before. Well, I completely disagree with you. I think the game is unbalanced from both sides. I think this is unfun. This, in my opinion, this is completely survivor-sided. This mode is survivor-sided as fuck. This mode feels like this is what solo queues. So this is for solo queuers. If you're a solo queuer, play this. That's what it feels like. This feels like it was built for solo queue, not for Swifts. But then again, I think Swifts will probably abuse the shit out of this against killers. But this is horrible. I don't like this. I really don't. I'll keep playing it for like the challenges and the cakes and all that, because I have no choice, so I'm not going to do stuff. But it feels very embarrassingly bad. I don't like this whatsoever. I'm going to be honest. I know a lot of people are like, it's okay. But I'm going to be completely honest. This feels very, very balanced. Very survivor-sided. It feels it's not even fun. It's been 10 years of DBD and of Dead by Daylight, and people are still doing fucking generators. Behavior still has the mindset of DBD's about doing gens and opening fucking exit gates and escaping through hatches. Like, come on. You're telling me you got an event, and whether we're doing something a little bit different, we have to do things or use things that are a little bit different in the event. We're still using our perks. We're still doing generators. You know what I mean? We're still doing gens, 5 gens to escape. Like, you'd think they'd make something completely different, where we don't escape, where we don't do generators. Not like the Blood Moon, where we're still using gens, but we're not using them to repair them. We're just putting blood inside of it to fill it up. I mean, nothing to do with gens. Like, for examples, here's an examples of how I would have made this black. This is an example, so it might not be fully... There's going to be a lot of holes and plot holes in it. So there's going to be like, but hang on, this wouldn't work because of this. There's going to be a lot of those in it, but this is kind of an examples of what I would do. And I said this to some guy who I just talked to on the game chat about this, or in a party chat. I just invited to him and chat about him, and I told him this in my opinion. This is how I would have done for an example. And this just came, snapping my fingers into my head immediately, and just thought of this. Obviously, it's not. This is more for the survivor side of things. So this is how I would have done this Black Banquet event. First of all, no gens, no generators are being done. You have to escape, yes, but you don't. But there are different ways to escape. There's 2 options here for the escape. You can either do it for do all of it and like you normal and get the exit gates open, or you don't, or you make it a survival of the fittest for survivors, and only 2 hatches spawn, and that only 2 people can escape. Now let me explain. So the first option that I would do is it's 5 survivors. You've got 4 survivors, 1 killer as usual. But this game is not about unhooking survivors. Survivors can be hooked, but it's not about unhooking survivors. It's about the first person who can fill their hunger bar up as long as they can to activate an exit gate, or the other option, like I said, to find the first 2 hatches, because only 2 hatches will spawn. So what it is, instead of working together as a team, whoever finds the most food around the map and eats the most food to get their hunger bar up to max, so the killers can see your hunger bars meters up, so they know who to go for and choose who to go for, then, you know what I mean? Then it will, whoever gets their max hunger bar out, an exit or the hatch will open first, and it's whoever can get to the hatch first. So the first person to get the hunger bar up on each side will have an exit gate. Then they have to find the exit gate, also not the exit gate, the hatch or whatever, and they can escape. And only 2 people can, escape through the hatch. After that, 2 survivors, the last 2 survivors, if they have to try and eat as much more food as they can, get the exit gates open, and escape. Only 2 people can get through the hatch at first start. If not, it's game over. So instead of trying to help each other or something like that, it's an example, something like that, you have to try and instead of trying to help each other, you don't sabotage each other. It's just the first person to eat as much food as they can escape. So there's going to be some betrayals, obviously. There's going to be some sandbagging, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe, to get hit by the killer so they can eat food as much. Maybe not, but maybe the people will just be distracted on trying to eat as much food as they can while getting chased by the killer. Maybe not. It's an idea. Some people probably hate it, some people won't. It's just a little idea. You can remove things from that, even make it even better. You can improve on what I've just said. But yeah, that's just kind of the ideas I had, little ideas you could do, like to tweak it or whatever, this mode. But most of the time, it's a free-for-all while the killer's chasing you. The killer's job is to kill everybody, as usual, get them on their second hooks and get out. But there will be a hunger bar on each, or at one big hunger bar in general, and everyone's got to eat as much food as they can, like you do in generators, so that will build up slowly, the bar will, after eating as much food as you can, while there's skill checks, but you can't run while eating it, you have to slow down. So if your killer's chasing you, and if you're eating food and doing skill checks because you're staying still, the killer chases you again. Instead of being on a gen, having to go to certain areas to do gens, you can eat that plate of food, then run away, get chased, wait till the killer's gone, then start eating that food again. You know what I mean? And it gives reason for the killer to stay on chase and not leave people, because if they leave, they're going to carry on eating food and building up that hunger bar. So you can kind of see where I'm coming from. It's a unique, different game mode. Still the same kind of thing, but it's not doing generators. Completely different. Or, in general, the other option is everyone has a separate hunger bar, like I said, and they have to build up the hunger bar, their own separate hunger bar, and they can escape. Whoever first person to escape through the hatch and find the hatch after eating the hunger bar wins. So other people will be able to steal your chances of winning. You know what I mean? And if it happens, you'll have to eat more food again to get to the hatch. It's just the first person to get to the hatch kind of situation to escape. And that goes for everyone. Alright? Only one person can escape through the hatches. So it's a very selfish game, yes. But it's a different take, and it'll be good for solo queue players, because some solo queue players get sick and tired of having to help their teammates, because it's solo queue. So it'll give more reason for survivors, like teammates, and play with friends to go and play normal DBD, while solo queuers can play this mode. But that's my opinion. And obviously, like I said, the killers can do certain things. Like I said, poison, that's okay. Poison the foods, you know what I mean? And when you do get poisoned, the hunger bar goes down. The hunger bar will deplete because you've been poisoned. And it's only for a little bit. It only like a small portion of the hunger bar. It will still, and it's not like super, but if they keep doing that on you, you'll lose your progression. And it's just so that killers can help slow you down from your escape. So that's kind of the idea that I had for the Black Banquet, in my opinion, because this version just feels very redone. They didn't really try to do anything different. They just took an old idea that people had from before and just decided to, you know, say, it don't matter, you're still going to do the same thing you've done before, but this time you're just eating food. It feels, and it's very broken because people have perks. I think this, in my opinion, fixes the problem that this mode has, in my opinion. I think it fixes it. In the end of the day, it's not balanced. And even if they don't want to do that, the other option is just remove perks. Remove perks in general. Make survivors have to rely on going to those plates, picking up that food, combining it or eating it to get abilities. So no add-ons. If you want to be healed, you have to go to a teammate. But you have to pick them pieces of food up to help you. That is the only way to survive. And it's skillful because it's, you know what I mean? Because the killers can get pieces of food for themselves as well and use that to help them. You know what I mean? To help them, you know, go up against the survivors too and get perks that help them, like blocking pallets and block a pallet and they can activate it when they get it to block a pallet for them. So you can get hit for it if they have it. You know what I mean? It just makes it, in my opinion, more balanced, in my opinion, than what we do have. So they have multiple options for it. So they have the option, like I said, the first option, which I'd say, not the main or best option, but keep it the way it is, just remove perks, like I said, and have it where you only rely on the Black Banquet food in the map to give you abilities and perk stuff. And you can only use one at a time, not multiple, have multiple activated. You know what I mean? And the survivors and killers get them to get to eat food too. So killers have to just M1 it like they usually do. M1 it to get it, and they eat food, and that do like block things, you know what I mean? Survivors get like sprint burst like they already have. So that's the one option idea for the examples of what they could have done for the game instead of this one. And then obviously, like I said, the other one is a completely different thing than doing generators, and that is whoever can eat the most food, or if you want to make it a team working version of it, whoever can eat, fill the hunger bar up in the top corner of your screen, working together, eat as much as you can, and it'll go up very slowly to open up the exit gates, or if it's a solo, whoever can get the hatches open for quicker. So, and then, you know what I mean, and that can work. And obviously, I just want to say as well for this one, if you do get hooked by the killer, do not worry. Survivors don't have to help you. It will mean a lot more tunneling, I get that, but survivors will never have the ability to unhook you. Because why would they? They don't want you to win. They want to succeed. So they won't try to hook you. You'll be put into a second stage, hook stage, okay? But in this one, you'll be trying to yank the hook off of its like post, so you fall. Instead of yanking yourself off, you want to pull it down. So you want to pull yourself down to the ground from the hook by pulling it down and yanking you off, and then you'll go. And then once you've done that, you'll have to rip the hook that's stuck in your back off. So it will mean killers will try to chase you if you have that, but you'll have a chance to escape, because if they hit you, you'll have a free like borrowed time, but it will be a very short borrowed time that will only last a couple of seconds before going back to normal. It's just so they don't when they tunnel you, they don't just instantly down you after getting hooked. Remember, these are just concepts. They're not perfect. They are just ideas. So you have a couple of ideas of what they could have done for this game mode. And I thought of these ideas with the snap of my fingers immediately. I think people would have probably enjoyed what I've just said for this game mode, doing something than just doing gens, or getting 5 gens to escape, than just running, you know what I mean? I think people would have rather have done that than run around doing 5 gens and getting chased and open the exit gates like usual, but this time you eat food. But yeah, this game mode's really unbalanced. It's not fun. I've not really enjoyed it. It just feels like I'm playing a normal game of DBD, except the maps look a little bit different with all the areas, and I can eat food with a couple of new abilities. It feels really boring. It just feels like they didn't really even try. 10 years anniversary. Something brand new is into the game. That's not the Twisted Masquerade, and this is what we get. What a waste. This really feels like a waste. A waste of time, effort, when they could have done something more. Embarrassing. That's all I want to say. That's really all I've really got to say about it. There's probably a lot of videos out there of people talking about this themselves in detail about how unbalanced this game is. You can go watch them. I just want to make a really quick, small video talking about my disappointment for the Black Banquet and why I think this was an absolute waste of hype, being overhyped. This was because the videos were very overhyped. They weren't really that interesting. The Black Banquet doesn't even look that good. It really was disappointing in my opinion. But by all means, if you guys like this, that's completely fine. You're entitled to your own opinion, even though I think a majority of people would probably agree with me on this. Depends. Not trying to sound like an egotistical asshole here, but I see a lot of people aren't really liking this. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to stop yapping. That's all I want to say about it. Comment down below what you think about it. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Keep it, and again guys, keep it chill. Don't be a dick in the comments. Be nice to each other. Have respectful conversations. I will delete your comment. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.